So I'm finally back in Central America, and it's great to be back as last time I was here it was the start of the coronavirus, and yeah, just made it back in time before the lockdown. So been really looking forward to getting back for a long while now to fish some more tropical areas. Over the last couple of years I've done a lot of bass fishing, which I do love, sea bass fishing, but I've been really looking forward to targeting a few other fish. So I've got a couple of weeks here. First week I'm looking to target snook. They're real predatory fish that just like to ambush the bait fish, and you know, other fish off the rocks is also things like bluefin trevally, jack crevalle, and basically anything else that's off the rocks. The second part of the trip, I'm heading down for 4 or 5 days to an island that I was at a long while ago, probably about 4 years ago now, and I was doing some island hopping, fishing from the islands, and on that trip I literally found this island on the last day of the trip, or the day before the last full day in the afternoon, and I managed to get in some rooster fish that day, and next day I fished it in the morning before I left, and I hit another rooster and a big Colorado snapper. And I remember then thinking, if I get a chance I definitely want to come back here again, give it another go and see if it's as good as it was those 2 sessions. It might have just been pure luck, or that I hit it at the right time, or it might have been just you know, a little bit more special, that island. So I'm hoping so. And so yeah, so after I finish with the snook I'll be heading on down to there. It's quite a lot of travel involved, but yeah, I hope it's worth it. Yeah, so it looks really good conditions, perfect size waves to be honest, but it just depends if they're around, I suppose. That's just a little river mouth. There's water flowing in there from the mountains. It's constantly coming down, and I've often seen a lot of bait fish around here. So it could be anything from snook here to snappers, I guess, corvina. I've had snapper and corvina here. Whew. Nice. Get on this rock. Oh, it's so slippy. This rock's nice to be up here, but it's very slippy. Yeah, it's nice to be up on a perch so you can sort of see what's going on. And I want to bring this lure, you know, with the rip coming out as well, to make it more natural. Okay, I'm on. Nothing big, but definitely a fish. It's putting up a bit of a fight now. It's basically coming in, but I don't know what that is. Little snapper. No, I know what it is. Whew. Just trying to remember the name of it. Getting a tangle on him. Hey, moon's just going down now. So I set out early. I've had to drive about, I say, virtually an hour along some mud tracks, really rough ones, up and down, so you could only get here with a decent 4-wheel drive. And I'm on this beach now. Don't think you can see a lot. It's absolutely beautiful here. I'll show it in the day. And I'm going to fish some ledges over there, and hopefully get into something like bluefin trevally or whatever's about. I'm finding this setup really good. So this is the Samson 12-foot Longcast. It's the extra heavy version, casts 30 grams to 100 grams, but this lure is 130. It'll still cast these really well. The good thing, I don't have to put a lot of effort in to get it out a long way. So I can put any action I want into the lure without stiff the rod tip. Great for working those tweak baits as well. Okay, so I've got this 80 gram fasting and tweak on now. I'm just on this really nice point. So I've had a nice jack crevalle off this very rock some years back. So it's definitely a decent spot. Haven't seen anyone on the boats yet hook into anything from what I can see. But these are great spots. There's got to be fish around at that moment. I can really work these big lures still with this rod as well, which is good. It's stiff enough at the tip, easily stiff enough for working these lures. Plus from the shore, I really want to get that distance, cover as much ground. So if I see any fish, any bait fish breaking up out, I can have a chance to getting out to them. Okay, I'm on. So, looks like there's some jacks there. Probably a little jack crevalle, I guess. Yeah. Whew. At least I hit something. Okay, certainly not a big fish, but nice to get into something. A little shoal of jack crevalle came through there, chasing this fasting tweak bait. So yeah, nice to have a bit of action. I'm going to stay here a bit longer, see how it goes, and yeah, maybe try somewhere else. That was a fun morning. It's a long time since I've fished that spot. Right out on some points, it's quite a long way, and you're always a little bit concerned that you're going to have a problem with the car while you're out this far, but thankfully it's a decent car, and yeah, no problems. It looks really nice size for these fish to come in really close. So they like to ambush the bait fish, so they like a little bit of cover of the waves, and the little river mouth here is just the ideal setup really for the snook. Let's just hope they're around. Cast well this slow sink. I think this one's 37 grams. Okay, looks good there. Right, I'm on. Oh, it's a good one. Really good one. It's coming in. Flipping out. Oh no, he's off. Oh shit. That's so annoying. That's really frustrating. Finally hooked a decent fish. Really decent fish, and then he's off. But on the other hand, it just gives me hadn't seen anything else about, and it gives you good hope that this, you know, still possible. That was a decent fish anyway. Okay, so it's been a really slow first few days. I've only managed a couple of fish. The only decent fish I had on last night came off, unfortunately. I think it was a snapper. Conditions look absolutely brilliant. So it's small waves and no wind. Looks really good. There's a lot of birds working, so there's a lot of bait fishing. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get into some decent fish. So the tide's going down pretty fast. Now the water's not that dirty on this half at all. It's quite clean. Okay, I've just put on now the mullet slow sink tweak. It's getting a little bit shallow. Haven't seen anything yet still. Does look like good conditions. Last few days it's been really good conditions, but this fishing just hasn't been good. No idea why. That's a nice one. Look at that. Okay, that's a big snook. It's really shallow though. I've got to try to keep him up. It's really tough. The leader's there. Any pressure, it's just on that leader. Can't afford to let him go. Right, it's off the rock. Okay, I've got the reach. Flippin' heck, I needed that 12-foot rod then. Oh, he's going everywhere. He's right down under here at the moment. Blimey. Ah, that's why. It's a freaking jack. I wonder why it hadn't jumped. Flippin' heck. Okay, I was really glad to have landed this one. I landed it on the slow sink tweak bait. It was really getting shallow, fishing for snook here, and I thought, flipping heck, it took it and it went right down in between the holes and nearly broke me up. I had about only 10 centimeters, if that, of leader left where it was jammed in a rock, and yeah, and then it went for another ledge underneath. So yeah, they always put up a good fight, these, and pretty difficult. I was pleased to get in because it's pretty difficult conditions with the shallow reef there. So yeah, let's get him back. Yeah, it's a really nice morning to be out. Yeah, I'm happy to at least I got into a nice fish. It wasn't a target species, but I never complained about catching a nice jack because really put up a good fight. So yeah, I was really lucky. I think he nearly got me a couple of times around the rocks, and the leader, lucky I had a long leader. I think the leader was probably about 2 meters, and I needed it all actually. So yeah, I was really lucky to get that win, and definitely helped having the longer rod, the 12-foot rod around the rocks. Definitely made the difference. I was just literally centimeters away from the main line hitting the rocks, so that really helped. The good thing about having the long rod around the rocks. Okay, so high tide, just going down actually, and sun's just on its way up. I'm going to put on this Enticer minnow, a high vis, because I need to get out quite a way to cover all this ground where the waves are sort of breaking and rolling in. So I'm just going to give it a go. Still, my main target species is snook, but could well be other stuff around, like snapper or jacks. There's all sorts of stuff can be around. I've caught even corvina here. The swell's going right down as well. But for the distance, it's ideal with my setup. There's generally bait fish around here. Edge, unbelievable. It must have, oh, looks like a little snook by the looks of it. I'll bring him in quick. Bring him up the beach. Yeah, snook, fantastic. What I've been after. Whew. So he took the enticer minnow. Okay, it's quite ironic, that one, really. I put on the enticer minnow, 50 grams, it's absolutely going out a mile. Some waves breaking, not big but a long way out, just running in. And anyway, this one took it just a couple of feet out. So yeah, anyway, did the job. So nice to get a snook at last. It's been yeah, really slow with the snook. So yeah, I was really pleased to get that one. Ah, shit. So yeah, so I'm on my way fishing, but as trees come down in the night, a few trees here. There's some serious wind. Ooh. Pull it over this way. Oh. This can happen. Okay. I think it's settled down a bit now, but in the night it was absolutely howling shit. There's a few trees come down here. So hopefully I can get through this. This last one, I reckon. I might have to break this one. I'd say it's absolutely perfect size. Haven't seen anything yet today. I just had one hit earlier on, so it's always hard work, these snook. Okay, with that heavy winds, another tree gone down, well, branch of it anyway. So I'm going to try the next second spot really of this morning. Haven't seen anything today, just had one little hit early on in the morning, that's it. But nothing in this morning's session, no sign of any snook, no sign of life, but I still think there's a good chance because of the tides. I'm going to go back for a break now, and I'm going to come a couple more times. I'm going to, you know, do a lot of fishing today, but I'm going to try to centre it around what I think are the best tides and yeah, stuff and places to get to. So let's see later. Hopefully I can still get onto one. Yeah, that's off. Thought it was a bit funny. It felt like it was actually foul hooked. That one. Just too loose. Yeah, some hard sessions fishing today. Unfortunately, no snook still. Yeah, I've had the one, but it wasn't a really big one, which I'm after. Yeah, I'm after a really big snook, and just seems really quiet at the moment. I just, you know, haven't, you know, hardly had a touch. in the spots that's usually produced for me. I'm not really sure why. I don't know if there's either too much bait fish around and they're full, or there's just not a lot of snook around. I don't know if it's been overfished. I know it's a heavily fished area. It can be. It's very popular, so I just don't know really. But anyway, I'm just going to stick at it. I've still got a few days left, and yeah, a few days left to hopefully find the bigger one.
They were asleep, they didn't want to get up.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Just been fishing with some friends that I know from over here. Just heading that way now. Get across this beach and around to the next bay. We're going to fish from the rocks there. So this is the beach you can see from the top, and yeah, so it should be round about the next coast, about another 10 or 15 minutes. 9:30 in the morning now.
I can get up this way.
I've never been up this way before.
I made it.
So I've got this Dorada slow sink tweak because it's got such a nice action. With the wind I can get out a long way, and then when I get in closer I can just sort of slow it down a little bit if I want, and just tap it through around the rocks, around the backwash, for any other fish, snapper or jacks could be around. Oh, big fish. Oh damn. Oh no. Oh shit. There's a rock there, and I thought he was going to get me on that rock. So glad I came here. Okay, that's a lovely catch, bluefin trevally there. I didn't think I was going to land it, to be honest. It nearly got me on the rock. There's a rock right out in front of me, and he went down for it, but somehow managed to land it without pinging the line and got him up. So yeah, really pleased. It's late in the morning. I've normally caught these really early or late, so yeah, lovely catch that. Okay, that was a great session. It's really worth going. As I said, I was fishing with some friends in the morning, and it was quiet there, so I thought I'd try a bit further on, and yeah, I was really pleased to hit that blue jack. I think that's the biggest blue jack I've ever caught. It's a really good sized one, and yeah, really lucky to actually land it in the end. So I'm going to probably stop in on the way back at a spot just for half hour or so. Which way up is it here? Faster. Probably hit one more spot on the way back. Okay, I just stopped off at another spot now, hoping for a snook. Something had to go then, but seagulls are on it. Something hit it then. Definitely saw a fish hit it, but don't know how big it was. Okay, I've had a couple of strikes just now. One was a big fish, the other one I'm not so sure, the second one, but the first one it was on for a second, felt really heavy. So I've only got this tiny little 25 gram passing tweak. It looks absolutely beautiful conditions. So hopefully now there'll be some snook at last. I've just been to another spot and I had 3 hits. 2 of them were definitely from snook. One a pretty big snook. So hopefully they're around now, but no guarantees. That's why I like this kind of fishing. This is just some of the it's so shallow here, and you know, the fact there can be fish there hitting your lure just makes it really, really great fun. Flipping it. Whoa. You've just got to stay on, please. Whew. He hasn't jumped yet. Is it a snook? I don't think I've had a snook here that hasn't jumped. Oh, it's off. Don't believe that. Well, that was a really fun morning. Well, it's afternoon, late afternoon now. Late morning I hit the bluefin trevally, a really big one. That was the biggest one I've hooked and got out. I thought it was going to break me up for sure. And then I wanted to come to a spot and target some snook. It's been really quiet with them, but anyway, I got 4 hits there. 2 didn't really connect at all. 1 did and was on for a second. I could feel it was heavy, and then I had one on for quite a while and just came off the hook for no reason. Well, nothing I could do about that. I think that was a snook anyway. It didn't jump, but it's acted like a snook in every other way. But I suppose it could have been a snapper. It's possible, but it was a big fish for sure, that one. So yeah, but it's disappointing that you lose the fish, but anyway, I had a great time. It was really good fun, and I'm definitely going to be back tomorrow to see if I can land one. So it's the last morning for the first stage of the trip where I'm targeting snook. So I'm out of breath, I was just running. And yeah, sun's not even up yet, so I'm going to get at it, see if I can pick up one more snook before I head off to the next area. The funny thing is that I've been catching everything in the daytime. I just really don't get it. And even on previous trips, it's been better in the day. And for bass fishing back home, it would be, or other fishing I do, it's like ideal. The sun's not even up. So it's been quiet. Haven't seen any snook this morning. It doesn't mean they're not about. There's pretty small swell today. There's a bit of a colour to the water, a bit brown, greeny brown, which is good for this time of the day really. No birds dive bombing at the moment, so there must be a bit less bait fish around. Okay, I'm on. It's a good fish. Just hope he don't shake it this time. Oh, blimey, it's a good one. Yeah. Whew. You want to get them in because they come off so easy, but not ready. It's tiring though. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I came for. A big snook like this. It looked like it wasn't going to happen. Had a small one, and I had a couple come off yesterday, probably this kind of size. I'm not sure, but actually over the moon with that. So when you come on a trip and you put all the effort in, you know, to get to the right spots, it's hopefully a matter of time. So